Because yes, Floyd didn't have the punching power Gervonta had, but even if Gervonta lands, I don't see him hurting Jake to the point he knocks him out.
This shit, I'm like, okay.
Jake is bodied up, man.
He's big.
Yeah.
Probably has 100 pounds on Gervonta.
Maybe. I'd say Gervonta probably walks at 150.
Oh, he's so small.
So small.
Jake Paul admitted he was stunned by Gervonta Davis's intense, almost monstrous training, but he stayed upbeat and confident in himself. He acknowledged Davis as a skilled fighter, yet stressed that his own preparation and mindset are what matter most. Paul explained that 5 years of relentless work, positivity, and self-belief have fueled his growth, and the fact that he's never been knocked out in countless sparring sessions only strengthens his confidence. For him, the fight isn't just about showcasing skill. It's about proving that discipline and belief can be the ultimate difference. The biggest hurdle to a potential clash between Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul is the vast difference in their weight classes. Davis has made his name dominating lighter divisions, using speed and explosive power to overwhelm opponents his size. Paul, however, is naturally much bigger, competing closer to cruiserweight. The issue isn't just a few pounds. It's a significant gap that makes the matchup feel unrealistic. In boxing, wide weight differences go beyond skill, as size directly impacts strength, endurance, and punch resistance. Because of this, many see the fight as more fantasy than possibility, even with its entertainment appeal. Promoters can't overlook the serious risks when a naturally smaller fighter steps in against someone considerably larger.
There's no way in hell this fight was ever going to happen. And the fact that y'all believed it, I don't know, you're stupid. So Rick Thompson, chairman of the Georgia Athletic Commission, told USA Today Sports that Paul's promotion company withdrew its request for permits and a rule waiver, citing the 65-pound weight difference between the fighters. The Rick Thompson guy straight up said they've been promoting something they should not have been. Come on, guys, like, use your brains. Y'all boxing fans, you understand this. This fight was never going to happen. This is the article from USA Today. It says the status of the proposed fight between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis under scrutiny because of the weight discrepancy between the two fighters. Rick Thompson is coming out and saying this stuff because he said he believes it's in the public's best interest to know that they've been promoting something they should not have been. Communications director for the Office of the Secretary of State told USA Today Sports the event will not be happening. But funny enough, tickets are still available. You could still purchase them online, and the fight is still listed on the State Farm Arena event.
Controversy has added another layer to the story, with reports that Georgia refused to host Gervonta Davis, forcing Jake Paul to redirect his plans and training camp to Miami. The episode highlights just how turbulent negotiations for high-profile exhibition fights can be, as states weigh not only the financial upside, but also regulatory risks and reputational factors. For Davis, Georgia's rejection underscores how his name still brings both excitement and controversy. For Paul, the move to Miami aligns perfectly with his brand of stirring buzz and dominating headlines. Beyond logistics, the relocation shifts the energy of the event. Miami, now a hotspot for celebrity fight spectacles, guarantees attention but also exposes how fragile and unpredictable these promotional ventures really are.
Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul both let everybody know that the location for their exhibition fight has changed from Atlanta to Florida. And let me tell you, it wasn't because Jake Paul just woke up in the morning and decided that he was going to change the venue. No, it was because of politics once again getting in the way of a Gervonta Davis fight. The amount of times that local small politicians play around with Gervonta Davis and Gervonta Davis's fights is at the point of being ridiculous right now. There is no way without coercion that this many venues, that Gervonta Davis has this many problems with venues. But this time, it wasn't a problem with the venue. It was a problem with the state of Georgia. Now, before I get into it, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much. And thank you to everybody that supports in the super thanks of the videos like this. It's a little $ by a comment. And thank you to my guy that did it yesterday with the big $5 holler. Thank you so much, man. I'll thank you directly in the video. But let's get to this because I'm sick of this, man. Every single solitary time, well, over the last 2 years, pretty much, and I'm saying this because I believe this to be true, pretty much since Gervonta Davis started having an argument with Turki Al-Sheikh.
Former champion Chris Algieri praised Jake Paul's impact on modern boxing, noting that win or lose, Paul has promoted the sport in ways few traditional fighters ever managed. Algieri highlighted how Paul has drawn in new audiences who previously had no interest in boxing, transforming his bouts into crossover spectacles. More than just competing, Paul has persuaded high-profile names, like Gervonta Davis, who already commands attention, to share the ring with him. This blend of boxing and celebrity culture creates a unique atmosphere that attracts fans who might never have purchased a pay-per-view otherwise. Algieri's point is that Paul's promotional savvy shouldn't be dismissed simply because he isn't a world champion. Instead, it demonstrates how the sport's growth often relies on personalities willing to blur the line between competition and entertainment.
It's mostly win-win for him. All right, so what does Gervonta Davis...
Whoa, hold on.
I gotta respond. That's what I want, Chris. Go ahead.
I didn't even get to talk.
Please.
So what has he done for the sport? I mean, manufactured or not, he went out there and he performed and he got knockouts and people tuned in. Boxing fans tuned in. And you can talk about that shoe fight and that shoe. They're not boxing fans. Gervonta Davis sold pay-per-views to boxing fans. And he got boxing fans to come to fights, which is so needed. Desperately needed in this day and age.
They marketed him that way. You can market anybody. You can market it that way. You can market it that way. And champ, you should know better because you and I were very marketable and never got any marketing except as opponents for high-level fighters. And you should know that. They talk about great white hypes and all this other stuff. No, that's absolutely not true. They manufacture what they want to manufacture. Shakur Stevenson can be marketable. He's not ghetto enough. Andre Ward was very marketable. He's not ghetto enough. Why do black fighters only get marketed when they're quote-unquote ghetto, when there's class guys who you can market as great examples? Shakur Stevenson, Andre Ward, so on and so forth. Yeah, I'm going to say it. Yeah, I'm saying it. People complain because I'm too real, and I'm going to be honest. Why could Ray Leonard be manufactured as a... I don't even want to use the word manufacturer because Ray Leonard actually was legit.
Great fighter.
But Ray Leonard promoted as the class guy, and it worked. Why could you do it back then, but now you can't do it? Andre Ward was gold medalist the same way, class, could speak, mature, poised, could fight his ass off. Why didn't you market him the way you marketed Ray Leonard? What happened between 1976 and 2004? Why are you marketing Why are you marketing only Thug Life? Why? And I'm not saying, okay, I wasn't a part of this because I was a big fan of the hip-hop gangster rap generation and all this other stuff. But as a 44-year-old, you start to realize the concept of the entire scope of things. Why are you not marketing guys like Shakur Stevenson more? Why are you marketing this guy who doesn't want any of the smoke? Shakur has wanted all the smoke. This guy doesn't want any of the smoke.
Analysts remain split when weighing Gervonta Davis against Jake Paul. Critics argue that Davis is simply too small, making a truly competitive matchup unrealistic and limiting the fight to exhibition status rather than a sanctioned contest. They point out that exhibitions, without real stakes, often struggle to keep fans engaged long-term. Supporters of Davis, however, believe his speed, sharp style, and high-level boxing IQ would allow him to school Paul regardless of the size difference. To them, the real story isn't weight but pedigree. Davis has faced world-class champions, while Paul's record is built on limited opposition. In their eyes, Davis would slice through with precision, landing clean shots and exposing Paul's inexperience despite giving up size.
Before I say any comment about it, my question is, what's the rules? And Like, are they going to actually try and knock each other out? Because it's going to be a glorified sparring match. I'm not watching, dude. I don't give a fuck.
Jake's going to have a hard time hitting him.
Yeah.
You know?
Big time. Gervonta's so fast and skilled.
Gervonta's going to eat his
I thought
guts.
Jake was going to fight Anthony Joshua. That seemed
No, that was actually getting.
That is
sounded
the
more
craziest
interesting.
idea I've ever heard. Jake Paul trying to fight Anthony Joshua is, crazy.
Not a sanctioned professional bout. This means the fight will not count towards either fighter's professional records.
So it's still being finalized.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
What is so behind the scenes? You think there are things like, hey, we
Yes.
don't punch each other in the jaw?
Yep. Or don't go. We can punch in the face, but don't go for broke. Like, don't knock me out.
Really?
Yeah. It's an exhibition.
That's
so
not
they can
very
get away
interesting
with
to
it.
me.
No. Until I find the rule sets, but when I hear exhibition, I'm like, okay.
Jake is bodied up, man.
He's big.
Yeah.
Probably has 100 pounds on Gervonta.
Maybe. I'd say Gervonta probably walks at 150.
Oh, he's so small.
He's so small. I mean, he's really small. Bring up Gervonta Davis next to Floyd Mayweather, because I've seen Floyd in person, and he's tiny. You've seen Floyd in person.
I've worked with Gervonta and Floyd.
Tiny.
Well, Floyd likely has shoes on there.
Oh, dude, he's so small.
He's tiny, guys.
Yeah. I mean, he's so small. Wow.
Chael Sonnen, never one to hold back, noted that Jake Paul surprised many by shifting his focus to Gervonta Davis instead of Anthony Taylor, who was widely expected to be next. He pointed out that while Davis is an exceptional fighter, he isn't naturally gifted at selling fights or generating mainstream buzz. Paul, by contrast, has built his entire brand on blending boxing with showmanship, knowing exactly how to create narratives that capture attention. Sonnen argued that this matchup works because of the partnership of contrasts. Davis brings elite fighting credibility, while Paul provides a promotional firepower. Without that balance, he suggested, the fight wouldn't carry nearly the same level of intrigue.
It is the exact opposite of Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul for 2. So the fight that was being dangled and rumored in front of us, the exact opposite has happened. The opposite of fighting Anthony Joshua is not fighting nobody. The opposite of fighting Anthony Joshua is fighting Tank Davis. Okay. So there's one big glaring issue for me. It's just your partner being Tank Davis. Tank is not the guy that knows how to sell a fight. Tank cannot sell a fight in his own division. It could be a title fight, a contenders fight, a main event fight. He could be the favorite. He could be the underdog. Tank doesn't know how to bring that information to you guys in a way that is compelling. And Tank is already blinking in this situation. You have one guy who is argued amongst the pound for pound current greats in boxing. You have another guy that has suggested he should not even be allowed to box, that he should have to call it something different. He should not be licensed. He should not be ranked in the top 14. He should never be selected for a world title. Okay. Now, Tank has one job to do, which is to let anybody know that's listening that it doesn't make any difference, that boxing is a real sport.